Thank you for calling support. This is Eric. How may I help you?
Yeah, I was on the web and I got a Windows Defender security warning. Said to call this number.
Okay. And what were you trying to do on the computer when you got this message?
I was just surfing the web, sorted pieces of information. Nothing specific that I can remember. I was reading a little bit of the New York Times and Atlantic Monthly, but nothing in particular. Then I clicked on
Did
the
you
plus
remember?
sign and I clicked on, open a new
Okay.
tab and typed something in, and then I got this warning.
Okay. Now tell me one thing. The computer that you're using, is this a laptop or a desktop?
It's a laptop.
And is this your work laptop or your home laptop?
Yeah, it's my home laptop, sure. I'm retired, so I'm not around very much.
Okay. Okay. Now, the message that you see on the computer, it implies that there has been some suspicious activity on your computer. It means there is a virus attack on the computer, and that is what the reason is. Your computer has been locked for security reasons. Now,
Well, that doesn't
in
sound very
order
good.
to... Sorry?
That doesn't sound very good.
Well, it sounds very good.
No, I said that sounds terrible. That doesn't sound very good at all.
Yes, sir. There has been a virus attack on the computer, and that is what the reason is. We have locked the computer. So now, in order to remove these viruses and in order to secure the computer, what we have to do is we have to connect your computer with the secure server so that we can remove these viruses and then we can secure the computer. Okay?
Okay, yeah, go for it. Do whatever you got to do.
Okay. Now, before starting, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Do you have a Wi-Fi at your home?
Yes, I do.
And is there any other devices apart from this laptop that is connected with the Wi-Fi?
Yes, there is. There are, I should say.
Can you please tell me how many other devices are connected?
Oh, let me see. I got an iPad. I got a Kindle. I got um, a Chromebook, but that's not turned on. So I guess there's just a couple other ones.
Okay. And is your cell phone, is that also connected with your Wi-Fi?
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, I don't remember doing anything to connect it, but maybe.
Okay. Now, there are a few steps that we have to do on the computer in order to get your computer connected.
Okay.
Now, look on the keyboard on the left-hand side lower corner. Do you see a window button? A button that has 4 boxes on it?
I do.
Okay, now what you have to do is you have to keep pressing that window button, and along with that you need to press the letter D, D as in David.
Okay. I did that.
You have to press both the buttons at the same time and then let it go.
As far as I can tell, nothing happened except my Google Chrome opened up.
Your Google Chrome opened up.
Yeah.
Just try it one more time. Use both your hands. With your one hand, keep pressing the window button. Do not leave the button. And with your other hand, press the letter D, D as in David.
When I did that, the Google Chrome went down to my taskbar. I'm using Windows 7. I don't know whether. I
It's
mean,
okay if you are using any Windows. I mean, what we are trying to do here is we are just trying to minimize everything and take you back to your home screen. So are you on the home screen now?
oh yeah, I'm on the home screen now. Yeah, I've been there. I was there when I pressed the
Okay.
Windows D key.
Okay, no problem. Now what you have to do is you have to press the window button once again, and this time you have to press the letter R. R as in Romeo.
Okay, I did that. Yeah, that opened up a little box that says type the name of a program, folder, document, or internet resource, and Windows will open it for you.
Yes, now what you have to do here is you have to type www
Okay,
dot
okay,
ultra ultra
okay,
and the next word is viewer. It's V as in Victor IEWER.
that's 2 words, right?
Yes, two words. There is no space in between, though both the words are connected.
Oh, so it's 1 word then, not 2 words.
Yes.
Okay,
At the end, it is .net. NET net.
okay, I did that.
Now, can you please repeat what you have typed in?
www.ultraviewer.net, all 1 word, no spaces.
Now press OK.
Okay,
Now, what do you see on the screen?
brought up a window, remote desktop software.
Now, do you see a button that says download?
I do.
Click that button.
Okay, okay,
Now, once you click that button, you will see a file that has been downloaded that says Ultra Viewer Setup 6.5. You see that file?
all I see is ultraviewer underscore setup .exe.
Yes. Do you see a button that says open file or show in folder?
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, I do. Yep.
Click on that.
Okay.
Now, what do you see on the screen?
Do you want to run this file?
Click on run.
Okay.
Now, on the screen, you will see something that says, do you want the software to make changes? So you have to click on yes.
It says setup will install ultraviewer into the following folder, and then down the bottom it says next or cancel.
Click on next.
Okay.
Again, you will see a button that says next.
Okay.
Keep pressing it till time you see a button that says install.
Okay. I did.
Now, once you click on install, wait for some time, then you will see a button that says finish. Click on finish and then let me know.
Okay. It says registering controls, registering service.
No problem, it is going to
Okay,
take
there
some
it
more
goes.
seconds.
Okay. Now click on finish.
Yes, click on finish.
Okay. I did.
Now, on the screen, you will see a new pop-up that says allow remote control, and below that you will see your ID and password. Do you see that?
I do.
Can you please tell me the ID that you see?
Oops. I just hit the wrong button there. 53708-325. The password 4679.
53 and out. Oh, you have to be a little slow, ma'am. 53708
Right. 325.
and 325. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
And the password?
4679. 4679.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, your computer has been connected with the secure server. Now, the first thing is, can I have your first name, please?
Sure, George.
George. Okay, George. Now,
What's your first name?
what I'm gonna do, it's Eric, E-R-I-C.
Oh, nice name. I like Eric.
Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do here is, I am connected with your system. Now, what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna run few scans on your computer in order to check what exactly is wrong with your computer, okay?
Sure.
So allow me 1 minute. Now anything that you see on the computer screen, it has been done from my side. I am the one who's going to run these scans on your computer.
Okay.
Now I request you to please wait for some time, let the scan get completed. Okay. Now the scan that I have run on the computer, it is a network status scan which shows all the network activities on the computer. Now there are 3 columns here. You see that? Local address, foreign address and state.
Yep.
Now the local address, this shows your IP address. Do you know what is an IP address?
Nope.
Okay, I'll explain to you what exactly is an IP address. Like you have your own social security number, which is your own identification number, the same way your computer has its own identification number, which is called an IP address. Now, if a virus gets into your social security, the virus can pull out all your personal information. The same way, if a virus gets into your in your IP address, the virus can take out all the information that is saved in your computer. Now, over here, what has happened is that there are viruses in your computer, and if you see these foreign address, these are all the attempts that has been made so far on your network. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like some around 16 to 17 attempts has been made so far on your network by these viruses. Now tell me one thing, did you share your Wi-Fi passwords with anyone?
Yeah, sure.
Did you share your Wi-Fi passwords with anyone?
Yeah, of course.
Like your family members or your friends or neighbors?
Well, anytime somebody comes over to visit, I let them know what it is.
Okay. And when was the last time any technician he come to your place to fix any of your devices?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Okay. See, maybe the people who came to your house and maybe you shared your Wi-Fi passwords with them, maybe from their phones or their computers, these viruses got into your network, and right now these viruses are into your computer. Now, allow me 1 minute. Let me just try and run one more scan in order to check what exactly these viruses are trying to do on the system.
You're making a really good
I'm going to run.
You're making a really good argument for never inviting anybody over.
You should invite anyone at your place, but you should not really share your Wi-Fi passwords with anyone. If you're sharing your Wi-Fi passwords regularly with someone, just try and change your Wi-Fi passwords in some time, like in a month or 2 months. Because if a person is using a cell phone and getting connected with your Wi-Fi, and if he has a virus on his cell phone, the virus is going to transmit from his cell phone to your Wi-Fi, and from the Wi-Fi it can harm any of your devices like your Kindle, your iPad, your cell phones, or your computer, anything.
Wow.
So there's no harm in calling people at your home. It is just that you have to keep your network protected.
Okay.
Now, allow me 1 minute. Let me just go and check what exactly these viruses are trying to do on the system. I am going to pull out the details in last 1 month. What exactly has happened on the computer?
All right. You have kind of a buzzing sound on your phone. Oh, it says tree has stopped working. Close the program.
Okay, give me 1 minute. There has been a problem here. I think these viruses are not allowing us to run these scans on the computer.
Wow. What does the tree command do?
A tree command gives us all the details that has been happened on the computer in last few months, and if these viruses are trying to get into any of your personal information, we get a clear picture about that. So that is what we were trying to do, so that we could get a clear picture about if these viruses are trying to get into any of your personal files. Okay, leave that thing here. Let me just try and get other scan out here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, tell me one thing. What all things you do on the computer? Like, what is your general usage that you use the computer for?
Oh, mostly writing letters or surfing the internet, watching YouTube videos, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And anything that is related to your financials, like anything you do with your credit cards on the computer?
Rarely.
Like shopping online, paying your bills, or getting into your bank accounts?
Nah, mostly I write checks.
Okay, most of the times you write checks. Is there any possibility you have used your credit cards on your computer or the iPad?
Yeah, probably. I mean, a while back, sure, maybe.
See, right now what I have been checking on the scans, and I've been trying to run few more scans on the back end. Right now what I see is that there has been around 100 attempts has been made so far, so that these viruses can get into your computer. And other than that, what I see when I was just trying to run few scans on the back end, it says that not only the viruses, but there has been some hacking attempts on the computer as well. There are some hackers who are trying to get into your system and trying to get into your personal information that is saved on the computer. And that is what the reason is. Most of the scans that we have been doing on the computer is been denied or it's been stopped. It is because these hackers have installed few softwares on the computer which is not allowing these Microsoft softwares to run. See, when I try and run this software as well, it is stopping us and not letting us get all the results. Do you see that?
Yeah, I
Access is
do.
denied, security. This is because maybe there are hackers on the system and these hackers are trying to stop us from getting into your computer and getting certain details out of the computer in order to check what exactly is happening. Okay, tell me one thing. When was the last time you made any online purchases or you did any online shopping on the computer?
Oh, goodness, let me think. Maybe about a week ago.
About a week ago.
Maybe.
And what browser do you use to get into internet? Is it Google Chrome or is it Microsoft Edge that you use?
No, I don't like Edge. I usually use Chrome.
Okay. Now give me 1 minute. Let me just check some of your Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome settings. What happens is when there are these viruses and there are hackers on your computer and on the network, mostly what these hackers try and do is these hackers try and get into your personal information that is saved on the computer. And mostly they switch on some buttons on the computer in order to check your personal information. Now allow me 1 minute. Let me just check if there's anything being saved here on the computer screen.
What are you discovering? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, I was just trying to check what exactly is being saved on your browsers. Normally what happens is whenever you try and get into few websites like any shopping websites or any banking websites on the computer, what these hackers and these viruses try and do is these hackers and viruses try and switch on some buttons onto your browser which allows them to save all your IDs and passwords on the computer so that they can get into those IDs and passwords using your browser settings. Tell me one thing. You said that you used your credit card last week. So did you use it on the computer or did you use it on any other devices like your phones or your iPad
No, I used it on
or
the
the
I
Chromebook that
used
you
it
mentioned?
I used it on the computer, but my son
The
has
same.
said never to save that information on the computer, so I don't.
Yes, exactly. Normally, what happens is you don't save these information on the computer, but most of the time there are hackers. They quietly go into your settings and switch on some buttons on the browser, which allows them to save your IDs and passwords.
I see.
Okay, so not on the browser, but maybe there might be some details on the server. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put you on hold for 1 minute, and I'm going to go and check if there's anything suspicious that has been saved onto your servers. Okay?
Okay, sure.
I request you to please be online. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to put you on hold and go and talk to the backend team once and check if there's anything suspicious that has been saved on the server.
Okay. Whoops, that's not working either. Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Just allow me one more minute. I'm just
Okay.
trying to run a few scans on the server. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So I was just trying to run few scans on the server in order to check what exactly these hackers are trying to do on the computers. Now the first thing that I have been checking is that these hackers are connected with your computers from quite a long time. It is not that they have just got you into your computers today, but as per the scans that I have been running is that these hackers are connected with your system from quite a long time, and they have been following all the details that you have been doing on your computer. And not only these viruses, but there are somewhere around 8 to 10 other devices that is connected with your computers and with your Wi-Fi. Like apart from the devices that you said, that your Kindle, your Chromebook, your iPhone, and the desktop is connected. I mean, the laptop is connected with your Wi-Fi. But when I was running few scans on your server, I saw somewhere around 8 to 9 other devices that is connected with your Wi-Fi. Like 8 to 9 other computers are connected.
Goodness. How'd that happen?
Maybe someone got into your Wi-Fi and your Wi-Fi passwords has been transferred from one person to another, and that way maybe these hackers got into your computers and now they are all over your network.
Wow.
Now
So
anything that you're
I should
doing,
shut off my network and buy a new router, right?
that's not going to happen is because these hackers are into your system right now, and these hackers have planted some viruses and some bugs into your system, and they can get connected with your systems anytime if you change your internet also. So what we have to do here is
How do they
we have
do
to
that?
remove these
How
hackers.
if I've been thinking about switching to Starlink or something. How would they do that? I mean, right now I'm with cable internet. What would happen if I
Right now
just
you are with cable.
yeah, what would happen if I
I'll
just
tell you what.
okay.
I'll tell you what would happen is. What happens is when there are hackers and when there are viruses into the computer, what these viruses and hackers do is they try and save all the information that you have been doing on the computer. Like if you're on a shopping website, if you're on a banking website, if you're right now not trying to save any of your ID and passwords, but these hackers try and save all the details that you have been putting onto the computers. Other than that, what they do is they try and put in some viruses on the computer that allows them to track all the activities that you have been doing. Now, if you try and change your Wi-Fi password, if you try and change your internet connection, what is going to happen is you will be using the same computer, you will be using your same iPad, and you will be using your same cell phone. So there are viruses into all of your devices that is going to get connected with them anytime you use any internet or the same internet. So it is not going to happen if you change your internet, if you close your internet, these hackers will not be removed. But what we have to do here is we have to use some Microsoft securities and we have to remove them from the computers completely. And
Okay.
then we have to increase securities so that they don't get into your computers again. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Now,
Do it.
the first the first thing that I was trying to check on the server is that on what devices these hackers are connected. So I saw that these hackers are not only connected with your computers, but these hackers are connected with your cell phones as well. Because most of the time what happens is a customer uses their cell phones in order to get into their banking applications and in order to shop online. So what I see here is
I don't
that
do
there are,
that. I've never used my cell phone to go online with the bank. I just wouldn't do that.
yes, I understand that you don't do that, but normally this is a general tendency that happens is that these hackers try and use uh, these hackers try and get into your phone lines, a customer's phone lines, in order to check or get details out of their phones. So as of now, what I see is that hackers are not only connected with your computers, but these hackers are also connected with your phone lines. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is, because I am not sure if the hackers are into your phone lines or if the hackers can listen to the calls that you are doing using your phone lines. So the first thing I am going to do here is I am going to give you a call back using a secure line so that I can be 100% sure that there are no hackers that are connected with the phones, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you a call back using a secure line. So is that okay if I give you a call back in next 30 seconds?
Sure.
Okay, so I request you to please hang up the call and give me like 20 to 30 seconds. I'm going to give you a call back.
Okay. So I have never heard such a mound of unadulterated baloney in a long time. Oh my. So he's gonna call me back. We'll see. You get a chance to read through that reminder list. I'm surprised he didn't notice that. A lot of references to the Little Bighorn. He is, after all, talking to George Armstrong Custer. There he is.
Call from Microsoft. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi, this is Eric again from the Microsoft team.
Okay.
Okay, now allow me just 1 minute. Let me just try and check. Now, the first thing that I am going to tell you here is that now we are connected on a secure line, and I'm going to give you some of my details here so that you know whom you're talking to, what is my name, and what is my employee ID from Microsoft. Okay?
Okay. Seems like we could have done that before, but that's all right.
Sorry?
No, I'm surprised you didn't do it before. But anyway, go ahead.
Yes, you should ask me about my details before, but never mind. I'm going to give you all the details here on the computer screen. So the name is Eric, and the employee ID from Microsoft is MS1308, and I'm also going to give you one direct line number in case if the call gets disconnected anytime. You can give me a call on my direct line number so that
Okay.
you don't have to call on the toll-free number, and you can call me directly on the number. It's 501-415-3644.
Okay.
Okay?
Where are you located?
We are located in California. And one more thing I can show you here is on the computer that the number that I am going to use and I'm using right now is the official number for Microsoft. Allow me just 1 minute.
Whereabouts in California are you located?
Sorry?
Whereabouts in California are you located?
I cannot give you the exact details, ma'am.
No, you just give me the
But
city. I want to know, just curious.
sorry?
I'm just curious, that's all. I live in Montana, so I just,
I understand the point. The first thing that I'm going to show you here is the number that is on the computer screen. If you check the number and if you check the number that I am using in order to call you, you can check it is the same number.
Okay, I'd take your word for it. I don't need to do that. That's fine.
Yes, this is the official number for Microsoft, and this is the number which I am showing you on the computer screen, and I'm using the same number in order to call you. Okay?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay. Now, there are a few things that I have been getting, from the backend team. Now, there's a backend team who is going to work on the computer. Now, let me just explain to you what exactly we are going to do here is, now, you have an inbuilt securities from Microsoft on the computer, but what I see here is this computer that you have, it has an old security. This computer, maybe it is not a new computer and it doesn't have new securities. So from my side, what I'm going to do here is I am going to give you a new security from Microsoft. It is an upgraded version and a premium version of network securities. Okay?
Yeah, that's
And
great. I didn't think Microsoft was supporting Windows 7. I'm thrilled that you are. That's great. It was my
Windows
understanding
and
that you weren't.
Microsoft,
It was my understanding that Microsoft wasn't going to support Windows 7. But if you are, that's
Microsoft
just fine.
and Windows is just the same thing. The Windows 7 that you're using, it's been created and it's been connected with Microsoft. So anything that you do with Windows is always connected with Microsoft. Now, anytime that you buy a computer,
Is that true
sorry?
of Windows XP too?
Exactly, ma'am. Everything from Windows XP to Windows 10, everything is connected to Microsoft.
Wow.
Now, when you buy a computer for Windows, what you have is you get an inbuilt securities from Microsoft on the computer, which is called Windows Defender.
Yeah.
Now, as for the details I see is that you have an old version of Windows Defender, and that is what the reason is. You have these hackers and these viruses on the computer. So I'm going to give you a new version of securities, and once we do that, what is going to happen is these hackers and these viruses will be removed from your computers completely.
Great.
Okay?
Great. Yeah, that's wonderful.
But there's one thing that you have to remember is that all the security update is going to take some time, like somewhere around 2 to 3 hours. So for the next 2 to 3 hours, you don't have to use your computers or your other devices. So is that okay with you?
No.
Because you have to stop use.
That's too long.
There are hackers and there are viruses on the computer, and we have to increase securities. For that, we'll have to uninstall the old securities and then install the new security and then remove all these hackers. So it is a long process that we have to do. So for that time, you have to not use.
Why don't I just? This is an old computer anyway. Why don't I just go buy a new computer and a new router, and I can.
What about your other devices?
What?
What about the other devices? You have a cell phone, you have an iPad, you have a Chromebook that is also connected with your Wi-Fi, and maybe these hackers and viruses are also into that devices. Right now, the message that you got is from this device.
Well, but if I get, as you were telling me, if I get a new version, a new computer with say Windows 11 on it, it would have all the latest Windows Defender stuff on it, so I wouldn't have to worry.
Exactly, you'll have the all. You don't have to worry about that particular device, ma'am, but you'll have to be concerned about the other devices that you have, which is already been connected with your Wi-Fi, and there is a highly possibility that there are viruses and there are hackers on other devices as well, like your cell phones, your Chromebook, and the iPad.
Well,
so you're not going to buy all your new devices?
I tell you what I'll do. I'll give them to my kids. Let them mess with it. Then I don't have to worry about it.
I understand the point that you don't have to worry about that, but see, the problem here is these hackers are connected with your systems from a very long time, and we will have to go and check if these hackers have ever got into any of your personal information, because you said that you have been using your credit cards in order to make payments online. So we have to go and check if these hackers have ever got into those personal information or those financial information that you have been putting onto your devices. So that is a major concern here that we have to do is, and we have to check.
Well, why don't you go
You
ahead?
understand what?
Why don't you go ahead and get started, and we'll see what you find. Give it about 5 minutes and see what you find. And
See,
it seems that there ought to be. How about if I go out and buy a copy of Kaspersky or AVG or some high-powered antivirus thing that they can all claim that they can get rid of all this stuff. Then maybe they're better than Windows Defender.
see, these softwares that you have, which is antivirus softwares, is going to only remove these viruses from the computer. But apart from the viruses, that there are hackers who are connected with your devices. So only Microsoft is the one who can take care of all these hackers who are into your system. It is not only about the virus that you have; it is about the hackers that are connected with your devices.
What does Apple think about Microsoft getting into an iPad and messing around? I can't believe that Apple will let Microsoft get into an Apple iPad and clean it up.
Apple is not going to get into, Microsoft is not going to get into your iPad or your iPhone, but the hackers and the viruses get into your iPad and your iPhone.
Well, yeah, but so what can you do about? I don't understand how you can fix an Apple.
I'll tell you how we can fix it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll explain you how we are going to do is, what we do is, we work on the IP address and we work on the network. We don't work on a computer. You have a particular IP address which is same for your computers, which is same for your cell phones, which is same for your iPads. The IP address that you have is the network that you're using for internet. It is the same IP address that you use for all your devices. And the network that you have, the internet connection that you have, it is the same thing that you have been using for all your devices. So what we are going to do is we are going to work on the network and we are going to work on the IP address, and we'll try and increase securities on your network so that we can try and remove all.
Let me ask you a question, okay? I don't understand any of this stuff, but my understanding is that the IP address comes from the cable company. So what would happen if I call the cable company and tell them to give me a different IP address?
See, you can do all the stuff, but what about the hackers and the viruses that are already into your devices?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. You haven't been able to explain to me how you're going to get the viruses and the hackers out of my iPad, which you say are in there, because that's an Apple device. Shouldn't I call Apple and ask them to clean it up for me?
Firstly, what we can do is we can try and use the Microsoft backend team in order to remove these hackers and these viruses from all your devices. And still, if you're not satisfied, what you can do is you can call Apple support, and maybe they can help you out in solving the problems that you have into your iPad,
wait, you said that you could get them out of my iPad, but I can't believe it.
I said that you cannot believe that. Now, how can I make you believe that how the Microsoft work and how the backend team is going to work onto your network? There's something that I cannot explain you, which is something technical. What I can simply tell you is, once we try and increase securities onto your network and onto your IP addresses, we can remove all the hackers and all the viruses from all your devices. But still, if you're not satisfied, what you can do is you can simply call the Apple or Apple support team. Maybe they can help you out in solving the problems that you have into your other devices. But I think you don't have to call them, because you will be satisfied after we work onto your devices.
Well, I don't know. I certainly can't afford to leave my computer running for 2 or 3 hours. So it seems to me a logical solution. I got plenty of money. I'm not worried about that. A better solution that would save you a lot of trouble and a lot of me a lot of trouble would be to drop my subscription to the cable, buy a new computer, throw away my iPad and my phone. I need a new phone and a new laptop anyway, and just get all new equipment, and then there won't be any hackers to get on. And if I have Windows 11, which Microsoft's Windows Defender will prevent them from getting on again.
Accepted all your points, but what if these hackers are already into your financial details, and if these hackers already have your financial details, what about then? What can you do if they have your financial details? Which
Well,
I am going.
if they have all my financial information, it's the horse is already out of the barn, so to speak. So in that case, I gotta contact my bank and have them change the accounts in my credit cards. But fixing the devices isn't going to help that. If they've already got the information, you could fix all the devices, but the horses already have left the barn.
That is what we are going to do here is, ma'am. See, the problem here is that these hackers are not only into your computers, but these hackers are into your phone lines, and this is what these hackers want you to do. These hackers want you to use your phone lines and get connected with your bank. But the problem here is, if you try and get connected with your bank using your phone lines, what is going to happen is these hackers is going to come to know that you're trying to get in touch with your bank and you're trying to change your accounts and change your credit cards.
Well,
And
I mean, not if I get a new phone. I mean, I'll just go, like I'm with Verizon now. I'll just go to Cellular One, and they're on an entirely different network, and I'd have a brand new phone number. They wouldn't know. How would they know?
yes, you can do that.
Well, it seems like
Right now, what do you want?
I got a bunch of different options here. I don't know. I mean, go
Yes, you have.
go ahead and start if you want, but I'm not sure that it makes any sense for you to do it. It seems like a waste of your time because we got other solutions. He gave up. Well, that's fine because he was boring me anyway. So anyway, let's get rid of this here.